dreams. We all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be?
Ladies and gentlemen, postal aficionados and stamp collectors, thank you for joining us tonight. I've had quite the delivery journey in my career, working as a postal service mail carrier. And trust me, it's been a wild ride through rain, snow, and the occasional surprise package. In fact, my manager once told me, "Rusty, your mail delivery is so unpredictable, even the weatherman can't forecast it." While working as a postal service mail carrier, this is what my manager said about my work. "Rusty, you're so slow as a mail carrier that the snails have formed a fan club." Here's a good one. My head of department's take on my work was, "You once delivered a letter to a neighbor's doghouse and called it express service." You won't believe the hilarious thing my manager said. "Your idea of sorting mail is plain pin the address on the envelope." Guess what my manager said during our meeting? "Even the GPS gets lost when you're on mail duty." So, my manager dropped this gem about my work recently. "You make a sloth look like a speed demon when it comes to delivering packages." Just when I thought I'd heard it all, my team said this about my work. "Your mail route is so confusing, it's become a tourist attraction." Picture this. My executives' comment on my work went something like this. "You once delivered a package to the wrong continent and blamed it on a typo." Picture this. My team's comment on my work went something like this. "You make Santa's reindeer look like a Formula One racing team." Guess what my team said about my work during one of our meetings? "Your mail delivery is so unpredictable that people have started betting on when their packages will arrive." I couldn't believe it when my executive remarked this. "You once delivered a birthday card 6 months late and wished them a belated half birthday." Let me share what my director said about my work on Tuesday. "Even the mailbox thinks you're lost when you're trying to find it." Ever had your work summed up by your chief in a single sentence? Mine did, and it was, "You once delivered a letter to the same house 3 times in 1 week and called it special delivery." So, on a Friday, my team came up with this gem about my work. "Your mail route is like a scavenger hunt, but you never find the treasure." I had to hold back laughter when my administrator commented like this. "You make a snail's pace look like a sprint when it comes to delivering the mail." The other day, my boss had this to say about my work. "You once delivered a package to a tree and said it was tree mail." Last week, my controller threw this curved ball. "Even the post office's automated systems can't figure out your route." I had to hold back laughter when my team commented on my work like this. "Your mail delivery is so slow that by the time letters arrive, people have forgotten what they wrote." Picture this. My executive's comment on my work went something like this. "You make the Pony Express look like a high-speed courier service." Just this Wednesday, my colleagues said this about me. "Your idea of express delivery is taking a leisurely stroll with the mail." It's like my superintendent woke up and decided to roast my work with this comment. "You once delivered a letter to a neighboring town and said it was a mail merge error." Another day, I went to work and my manager said, "You're so slow that by the time you deliver a letter, it's become a collector's item." Just when I thought I'd heard it all, my team said this about my work. "Your mail delivery is like a suspense thriller, you never know when it'll arrive." I couldn't believe it when my executive remarked this. "You once delivered a package to the wrong continent and told them it was international air mail." Picture this. My team's comment on my work went something like this. "Even the mailbox sends out search parties when you're on duty." We went for a team building and my team leader dropped this gem. "You make the post office look like a never-ending episode of Lost." Here's a good one. My head of department's take on my work was, "Your idea of a speedy delivery is racing a tortoise and losing." I've heard some things in my time, but what my superior said about my work was truly memorable. "You once delivered a birthday card with a sorry for the delay note written inside." Just when I thought I'd heard it all, my manager said this about my work. "Your mail route is so twisted that it could be a plot for a mystery novel." Here's a good one. My team's take on my work was, You make the USPS tracking system look like a broken compass. One of my colleagues dropped this gem on Monday. You once delivered a package to the same address 5 times and called it a mail athon. So, my manager dropped this gem about my work recently. Your mail delivery is like a game of hide and seek, but you're always hiding. So, there I was on a coffee break when one of my colleagues said to me, "You once delivered a letter to a mailbox that wasn't even part of your route." Let me share what my director said about my work on Tuesday. You make the post office's snail logo seem speedy. So, my team leader came up with the singer about my work. Your idea of next day delivery is hoping the recipient has a time machine. Let me share what my team had to say about my work just yesterday. You once delivered a package to a wrong address and told the recipient it was a mail relocation service. You won't believe what my team said about my work recently. Your mail delivery is so slow that people send telegrams just to make sure their messages arrive on time. In the realm of unbelievable feedback, my administrator said this about my work. You make the post office's motto "neither snow nor rain nor heat nor gloom of night" sound like a fairy tale. My team's feedback on my work was quite the surprise. You once delivered a letter to a cow pasture and claimed it was a farm-to-farm correspondence. My employer's feedback was quite the surprise when he said, "Your mail route is like a puzzle, but you're missing half the pieces." While working some extra hours, my team said this. You make the post office's efficiency look like a work of fiction. Guess what my team said about my work during one of our meetings? You're so bad at delivering mail that people have started sending smoke signals instead. My boss's perspective on my work took an unexpected turn when he said, "Even the post office's outdated equipment is embarrassed by your performance." One day, this is what my supervisor said about my work. You once delivered a package to a tree house and claimed it was tree mail. You'll get a kick out of what my manager said. You made the postal service look like a competitive sport with you coming in last place. Guess what my manager said during our meeting? Your mail delivery is so slow that people have started using carrier pigeons again. You won't believe the hilarious thing my manager said. You once delivered a letter to a scarecrow and said it was for Mr. Fields. I had to hold back laughter when my administrator commented like this. You make the post office's snail mascot seem like the Usain Bolt of mail delivery. You'll get a kick out of what my manager said. Your idea of a speedy delivery is sending a letter via carrier snail. Picture this. My team's comment on my work went something like this. You once delivered a package to the wrong continent and called it a worldwide tour. My team's feedback on my work was quite the surprise. You make the post offices "we deliver for you" slogan sound like a cruel joke. Picture this. My executive's comment on my work went something like this. Your mail route is so confusing that even GPS can't find its way. Just when I thought I'd heard it all, my manager said this about my work. You once delivered a birthday card with a "better late than never" note inside. Guess what my manager said during our meeting? You make the postal service's reputation for efficiency look like an urban legend. Guess what my team said about my work during one of our meetings? Your idea of express delivery is using a tricycle to deliver the mail. You won't believe what my team said about my work recently. You once delivered a letter to a mailbox underwater and said it was aquatic mail. Just when I thought I'd heard it all, my team said this about my work. Your mail delivery is so slow that people have resorted to sending carrier snails to beat you. While working some extra hours, my team said this. You make the post office's commitment to timeliness sound like wishful thinking. One day, this is what my supervisor said about my work. You once delivered a package to a tree and called it a tree livery. Let me share what my team had to say about my work just yesterday. You make the postal service's promise of reliability sound like a fairy tale. The other day, my boss had this to say about my work. Your mail route is like a maze, and you're the one who's lost. Thank you all for being a fantastic audience tonight. I hope you had as much fun as I did delivering laughs about my career as a postal service mail carrier. Remember, laughter can be the best stamp of approval, even if my delivery skills aren't. Before we conclude, I'd like to leave you with one last punchline. My manager once told me, "Rusty, your mail delivery is so slow that even a tortoise said, 'Hurry up.'" Thank you, and good night, everyone. Thank you for being here and have a good day. See you on the next one.
And we all got dreams, we all want things. But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe
Hey, I may be the worst at my job, but at least I am entertaining. Leave a comment down below and let me know what your manager is saying about your work. And if you didn't enjoy this show, well, I promise I'll try even harder to disappoint you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, stay employed and keep smiling.